Hello, Cancer. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your tarot card for the week of November 9th, 2025. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you have Cancer in any of those placements, odds are there's a little message in this reading for you. Also, keep in mind that this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements. With all of that said, let's begin. So I think it was, well, first let me say, if you've never seen this reading before, the Tarot Card of the Week reading is not what you don't see coming. I've already released those videos for all 12 signs for the week of November 9th, 2025. The Tarot Card of the Week reading is typically a question the source wants us to think about and ponder and go within so we can get the come to the conclusion or make the decision that we need to make in order to move our life forward. So we don't get too stuck or too stagnant in a situation, environment, connection, maybe even a mindset that no longer serves us. Second thing that I want to say, I think it was a Cancer video that I did like a week ago where someone accused me of being AI because I played with my ponytail, or I think she said Native American or something like that would tame their hair. First of all, I'm not Native American. I don't even know where you got that from. And two, why would a real person not play with their hair? So anyway, I'm all real. There's no CGI here. There's no AI. Anyone who has seen my readings for the last 18 months knows that I F up a lot in these readings. I stumble over my words, especially during Mercury retrograde, which we're currently in. So as a Gemini, it does affect me. So yeah, maybe that's the third message for you, Cancer. If I stumble on my words or I say December instead of November or something like that, please forgive me. We are now officially in the retrograde. So tapping into the Cancerian collective for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What is their non-AI tarot card of the week for the week of November 9th, 2025? What is their tarot card of the week for Cancer? Gonna get one more shuffle here for you. Okay, thank you. Your tarot card of the week, King of Swords. What situation, environment, or connection in your life is calling you to have logic and clarity? I feel like you have all the answers here to something. Like you know what you need to do in terms of your intuition. But it's almost like you don't want to believe it or you don't want to see it. Okay, tell me more about the King of Swords. Why is this a tarot card of the week here for Cancer? For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Why is this their tarot card for the week of November 9th, 2025? Sorry if you hear the dogs barking. My neighbor has them out again and I have the windows open today. Why is the King of Swords their tarot card of the week? One more shuffle. Thank you. Your first card out, Six of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Fool, and the Two of Cups. The bottom of the deck, you have Nine of Cups, Seven of Wands, and Strength. That leaves the Hierophant, the Two of Wands, Three of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So obviously a relationship-based reading here. And I'm going to read it as romantic. So if that's not something you're interested in, you may just want to check out another placement. I feel like you would, I'm speaking to a Cancerian, whether you're single or partnered, you want victory in a romantic relationship. Again, whether you're in one or not. There's something here of, I would like to exchange a cup with someone. I would like to find a soulmate or maybe deepen the bond with the current soulmate in my life. I would like to either take a chance on love to find someone new or take a chance to strengthen an existing connection in my life. But that Nine of Cups to the Seven of Wands to the Strength card, it's almost like there's a barrier here. And I think you've created it in the name of protection. So I could be speaking to a Cancerian who is single, and you would very much like to find someone and be with someone, right, in terms of like a romantic partnership, but you kind of put up an energetic wall around yourself because of some past hurts. And I feel like it's almost easier for you to put up the wall than to take the wall down. And I think that would be a situation in your life that you need to have some logic and clarity on. Like, how could you exchange cups with someone? How could you find someone new if your walls are 10 feet tall and bulletproof? There's something here in that respect, and you need to be, You don't need to do anything. You have the divine gift of free will. But there is something here of needing to be vulnerable in order to find a new connection, right? And it's true. It takes a lot of vulnerability to put ourselves out there, either apps or online dating sites or just getting out there into the world to meet someone. There is a level of vulnerability required. And I think that's something you need to be clear on, because if you're not ready to lower your walls, then you're just not ready to exchange a cup with someone. And that's okay, as long as you're clear on that. And for others of you where you're like, I'm ready to lower the walls, then I think that's something that you need to start working on this week so this new connection can come in. And for others of you, you currently are in a romantic partnership, but you're a little resistant to going all in. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if something transpired here in the connection or in other connections you had in your life. So the overwhelming feeling here for the Cancerian collective is I do want victory in love, either to extend the cup to someone, to receive a cup from someone, or to strengthen the cups that have already been exchanged between me and someone. Like, I just feel like the Cancer collective is ready for love. Fool card, you're ready. But there's a wall here that's up, like a defense wall. Yeah, 8 of Swords, the Hierophant. It's like, as much as you want long-term commitment, whether you're in a marriage or not, inconsequential. As much as you want long-term commitment, you're afraid of it at the same time. Okay. Tell me about the new beginning, and then we'll get you some advice, see what these walls are. But tell me about the new beginning. Can you clarify the Fool card here, please, for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Fool card is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. So I feel like it's like 50% of you want a deep love. You want a deep romantic connection, whether you're currently in the connection or not. You want someone that you can connect with. You want a love that is pure and true and solid and has the ability to get to the 10 of Cups, or has the ability to get to the 10 of Pentacles. But 10 of Wands to the 9 of Wands is like, but do I really want to let my walls down? Right? The 9 of Wands is sitting behind a wall, and the 10 of Wands sitting behind a wall of 9 Wands holding the Ace of Wands. So if you're in a connection, you're like, I really wish that this connection was deeper, but you have a wall up. You're quite guarded. And same thing for those of you where you want to get out there and meet someone new. Half of you want to do that, and the other half of you is afraid that you might get hurt again. Tell me more about that wall, because even the 7 of Wands is like building a bridge. So tell me about the wall here. What is this wall? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The wall. Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Moon. Wheel of Fortune, Hermit, Justice. Look at all the major arcana cards there. Very little cups on the table, or not as many cups on the table as I would have expected for this reading. So when I'm asking what the wall is Queen of Pentacles. I would like to nurture myself and nurture a connection. And I wanted to go the distance, 10 of Pentacles. But Queen of Swords, there's a coldness that comes over you. Like, I'm not going that deep. I'm not going to be that vulnerable. Where does that come from? Where does that come from? Where does that come from? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Where does that come from? 10 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, World card. So whether you had something like a 10 of Swords experience in your current connection, or it's just some past connection or connections in your life, that pain, that trauma seems to be something that you are still recovering from. And that's why it's like, I can only give a little in that 6 of Pentacles. I want the 10, but I can only give 3 at a time or 2 at a time. I can only give a little at a time because of something that transpired either within this connection or prior to this connection. Again, no cups. So the idea is there, the concept is there. I want long-term commitment with the person I'm currently with, or I want long-term commitment with someone else, someone new. And I'm willing to put in the work. I'm speaking like you. I'm willing to put in the work, but I'm not willing to put my heart. My heart's not on the line. I'll do the time. I'll do the time. I'll give the time. But that heart, there's a lack of vulnerability here in the Cancerian collective. And I think that's what you need to see clearly. If you're currently in a connection and it's stuck and it's stagnant and it's not progressing forward, and I'm not saying like if you're in a relationship with a narcissist or someone who's abusing you, obviously not that. But if this person is loving towards you, they're a Knight of Cups. This is a Two of Cups. You feel that soulmate connection. The Knight holds a cup. The Two of Cups is Three of Cups. There is joy here and celebration, but the relationship is not progressing. I think you need to ask yourself this week, is it not progressing because of the other person, or is it not progressing because of you and your lack of vulnerability? Because someone really burned you in the past, whether they lied to you, cheated on you, and you're still energetically healing from it. And for those of you where you're single, like I said, you want to get out there and meet someone, you're still holding on to the pain, or maybe not even holding on to, still recovering from the pain of that past hurt. And in that respect, are you really ready for a new relationship, or do you need to heal that more before you can give to a connection? Let's get you some advice. Can we get advice here for Cancer? Advice on how they can begin to heal this wound, or recognize this within themselves, or learn how to let those walls down. I feel like you need to learn to be vulnerable, whether you are currently partnered or not. So advice on how Cancer can become more vulnerable, something they can work on this week. And vulnerable doesn't mean naive, but it does mean you trust yourself enough to let someone in, that you'll recognize the signs and the red flags, and you can trust yourself to stop as soon as you believe that it'll become a 10 of swords. But that doesn't, require you so much to trust the other person. It requires you to trust yourself. Oh no, I touched my ponytail again. I'm going to be accused of being AI. So, sorry. Let's get you 3 cards of advice here. 3 cards of advice here for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Advice on this vulnerability. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice, the Devil, the Sun, and the Knight of Wands, bottom of the deck, Temperance. And the only thing getting in the way here is that and believe it or not, it is a toxic trait to not be vulnerable, to not fully trust ourselves enough, not so much the other person, but trust ourselves enough to open up our heart to someone. I feel like that Sun card to the Knight of Wands, your current connection will soar into the 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles if you can release the doubts, fears, worries, insecurities, and work on trusting yourself. I think if your connection is currently hitting a snag, it has a little bit more to do with you than it does with them. And if you're a single Cancerian and you want to get out there and meet someone, you're going to have to heal that wound of lack of vulnerability. And I feel like if you can heal that wound, and again, I think that's going to come from you learning how to trust yourself. I'll post a link below on, and it's free, but I'll post a link below for things that you can do to improve the trust within yourself, so you can then become vulnerable and get out there, because then I feel like someone new comes in very quickly, and then there's like an end to your loneliness. So that is what I have for you, Cancer. What situation in your life is calling you to have logic and clarity? And again, I remember saying at the beginning of this reading, I think you know what you need to do. I just think you're not trusting yourself to do it. And I think this week will be a good week for you to start to trust yourself to become more vulnerable when it comes to love. That is what I have for you, my dear, for the week of November 9th, 2025. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Hype the video if you can. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.